Hey, what's up? In this video, I will explain why the show makes Rhaenyra more like Daenerys in such ways. Watch out. Spoilers ahead. Welcome to Valyrian Steel. Rhaenyra Targaryen's storyline in House of the Dragon Season 2 is increasingly comparable to Daenerys, which scares me given how Game of Thrones Season 8 ended. Although Rhaenyra doesn't aim to emulate Daenerys in the House of the Dragon, there are numerous similarities between the two characters. George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood depicts the Targaryen civil war, during which Rhaenyra must battle for her birthright against her half-brothers and the rest of the Greens. Several decades later, Daenerys would face usurpers for the throne. The Dance of the Dragons is a relatively brief conflict in comparison to the time it took Daenerys to cross the Narrow Sea and capture the throne of Westeros. Rhaenyra and Daenerys' paths diverge significantly, with House of the Dragon portraying the ongoing battle through the eyes of numerous characters on both sides, while Game of Thrones follows the Mother of Dragons for 6 seasons before her arrival in Westeros. Nonetheless, Rhaenyra's difficulties in House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 6, reminded me of Dany's journey. Rhaenyra's line about fear parallels Daenerys in Game of Thrones Season 8. Rhaenyra telling Lord Celtigar that she regrets letting them forget to fear her after slapping him is reminiscent of Daenerys' narrative in Game of Thrones Season 8, albeit with some significant distinctions. Rhaenyra is currently on the losing end of the fight, as was the case with Daenerys when she arrived in Westeros. The Blacks theoretically have more dragons available because they possess Dragonstone, but the Greens have Vhagar. Rhaenyra is concerned that she may lose the war before she even enters the battlefield, given Daemon's vague aims and the difficulties of acquiring new dragon riders. Tyrion, Daenerys' hand, repeatedly implored her to leave the battlefield. This is remarkably similar to the scenario Daenerys found herself in when she arrived at Dragonstone and officially declared war on Cersei Lannister. Daenerys' hand, Tyrion, repeatedly pleaded with her to leave the battlefield. Tyrion believed Daenerys was too important to be riding a dragon in the midst of the war. This is exactly what Rhaenyra's council, which includes her son, has told her since the Dance of the Dragons began. Daenerys became quite upset with her lack of action in the war, something I believe Rhaenyra is also experiencing. How much will Rhaenyra be like Daenerys in the House of the Dragon's future? Daenerys' transformation occurred quickly, which contributed to the controversies surrounding Game of Thrones Season 8. While the Mother of Dragons suffered many misfortunes in a short period of time, Game of Thrones last season portrayed Dany as the ultimate evil. For such a dangerous reversal to succeed, I believe Daenerys' transformation into a cruel character eager to burn down King's Landing to claim the crown requires more time and development. Regardless, Rhaenyra will experience something similar before the conflict in House of the Dragon ends. In House of the Dragon, Rhaenyra takes over King's Landing without much bloodshed. With Aemond, Vhagar, and Ser Criston Cole absent from the capital and the Gold Cloaks secretly assisting Daemon, the Greens had little chance of preventing Rhaenyra from seizing control of the city. Although Rhaenyra's first few days in power are promising, the war in Westeros continues to worsen, and the people of King's Landing grow dissatisfied with their new leader. People even compare Rhaenyra to Maegor the Cruel, leading her to flee the city after the King's Landing riot.